it's great to see you again. We've been kind of waiting on this growth to value rotation for, I don't know, a couple years now. Today, NASDAQ futures up about 2%. Do you think that we will, at some point, see this great rotation, if you will?
Yeah, Brian, I absolutely think we will see that. But the thing is, nobody knows when. We're looking at what's going on in the pre-markets with Apple and the gang up 6%, that sort of thing. And they're all solid companies, so I don't expect any sort of plummet. But we've got this thing where this growth orientation, all the momentum, all the cash that's been flooded into the economy is just pushing it higher. And so it could last for a while longer, but right now upwards of 30% of the market's concentrated in just a handful of companies. And so I do think we'll see it. There's solid companies right now that are just dirt cheap, but they can fall out of favor for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what Scott said. He said you could basically spell the stock market with 3 letters, FED. It's about the Fed and it's about those stocks. I mean, you could put it together. The Fed is buying up debt, so trading floors have more cash to spend because the Fed is buying their debt. They use that cash to buy the same stocks that they've always been, which to your point, Lee, are 1/3 of the entire market in ETFs. Thus, everything goes up, rinse, wash, repeat.
Yep. Yeah, you just got all this cash sloshing around. And those companies are benefiting from it. Fortunately, they're good companies, they're solid companies. But at some point, all of that dynamic has to come to an end, right? We're in a very unusual circumstance, to be polite about it, but we won't be here forever. And so what starts to happen once the Fed's no longer pumping all that cash into the economy, with coronavirus being the key driver here, we're going to be on the other side of this pandemic, I think, before we begin to see that rotation. The issue just becomes, hey, if we're looking at a 2-dose vaccine process, how long does it take for 700 million doses of a vaccine for it to work and feel like we're really on the other side of this thing? But sometime after this pandemic, I absolutely think we'll begin to see that rotation back to value.
But that could be a ways off. I mean, Lee, it's an interesting take. I mean, you kind of hear, I don't know what it's like for y'all, but every day is, kind of the same on lockdown. And here in New Jersey, we're still kind of on lockdown. So it sounds like every day is kind of the investing the same. And don't change the way we've been doing it until our day-to-day life fundamentally changes.
Absolutely. I mean, here in Georgia, things like other parts of the country, things have gone backwards. Metro, just outside Metro Atlanta, has gone back to phase 1, and it's not lockdown, but there's strong encouragement for people to wear their mask and that sort of thing. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of resistance among some folk to wearing the mask to perhaps lessen some of the effects of this pandemic. But to your point, we're kind of in a holding pattern as a society and thus as an economy. And, while things have gotten better, and that was a huge number yesterday with a pullback of 9.5% for the quarter, and count me as one of those people that doesn't think it's really fair to tout that 33% annualized number. But the reality is that's bad. And you can't dress up that big.